welcome back to another in-depth weather video. Today we're going to be talking about more tropics. If you saw the title of this video, you should know Marco has weakened, Laura has strengthened. So, kind of seeing a turning of the tables here in terms of these two storms. Let's quickly get into it. We still have hurricane watches in place in multiple areas. We have down in Louisiana, you have some hurricane watches and warnings. You have some tropical storm watches and warnings, and as well as some tropical storm warnings and hurricane warnings in the Gulf of Mexico and the Caribbean. A couple of storm surge watches and warnings. So it's just a huge mess down in the south right now. Let's move on to the satellite imagery. You can see Marco is kind of just a thunderstorm complex now. It's really kind of went right through the prime area of development, and now it's getting into the sheared area, and it's weakened. It is not a hurricane anymore. It was for a very brief moment, and now it is a tropical storm again. Still expected to make landfall in Louisiana, but as a 70-mile-an-hour strong tropical storm. And then it's going to take this like very coastally path along the shoreline. Laura, on the other hand, has moved south a bit. Now it's in more open waters instead of going straight over Cuba. And that is expected to become a Category 2 with sustained winds of 105 miles an hour. National Hurricane Center. You can see there both Marco and Laura are tropical storms. Marco has 65-mile-an-hour sustained winds, and Laura has 65-mile-an-hour sustained winds as well. So, Laura, Cone, a little bit further east now. It is expected to become a hurricane probably Tuesday, go right through the Gulf, has a lot of time in the Gulf, which is kind of bad news, and then it is expected to make landfall in western Louisiana. So, and then it's going to move north and then take that turn. I think both these storms are going to take that type of turn. I think that's just a pattern right now. So, some areas in the mid-Atlantic, possibly the northeast, could get some rainfall with the remnants of these two systems. But if we move on here to Marco real quick, just want to show the cone here for Marco. Again, still weaker, and we can see, yeah, it's going to kind of make landfall in Louisiana and then kind of weaken and take that western turn as well. So this could either do this and keep going toward the west, or it could make that turn. I think I've seen that they're both expected to make that turn, but we'll look at that here in the current storm information. Right now I have Laura pulled up because the intensity guidance there is a little bit more consistent. At least Cat 1, possibly Cat 2 or Cat 3. One of these is showing Cat 4. I don't think Cat 4 is probable, but it is possible. So definitely have to look out for that. And we can see with the global and hurricane models that kind of sharp turn as it makes land until, so probably 48 hours from now it starts to make that turn toward the north, and then it continues to make that turn almost a complete 180, and it is expected to ride through the mid-Atlantic. So now with Marco, we kind of have a similar story with the intensity guidance with the outlier there, but mostly strong tropical storm makes landfall and it drops off. So I think that's gonna happen. Now with Marco, you could see that turn, you could just see go west, but it just depends on where it makes landfall. If it makes landfall a little bit further north and east, it'll make that turn. If it makes landfall further west, it won't. So it just depends on just a few, like 50 miles or so, could make a huge difference with the track of the remnants of the storm. But let's move on. Forecast models. So you can see here Marco making landfall right there. Then Laura comes in very strong and hits western Louisiana, and then continues its way through, providing some rainfall for the Mid-Atlantic, which is the Mid-Atlantic has been very saturated this year. The Northeast has not, on the other hand. So more rain for the already oversaturated Mid-Atlantic, and still kind of in that dry spell for the Northeast. But thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.